IVM.
$100. That's all it takes to begin your journey with Bitcoin and Ethereum. No, really. With CoinSwitch, you can start investing in over 100 cryptocurrencies with just 100 rupees. On top of that, there are zero charges for deposits and withdrawals, so you can trade, buy, sell, however and whenever you want. All of this, plus their extremely intuitive interface, makes CoinSwitch the perfect app for beginners in the crypto space. But don't take my word for it. Just download CoinSwitch for free and try it out for yourself. If you'd like more information on cryptocurrencies, tune into A Show About Crypto with me, Rohan Joshi, my new adventure on IVM podcasts. CoinSwitch, kuch to badlega.
How many of you enjoyed the long weekend? Yes, that's my question. How many of you enjoyed the long weekend? How many of you have walked into office on this Monday with a big smile and a full tummy because you spent 3 days having a blast? Hi, I'm Chetna. I'm a positive action coach and you're tuned into my podcast, Say No to Drama. Well, today I'm talking about all the drama that we create around our work hours. Now, here's the thing. I asked a question just a few moments ago, and there are 3 answers to it. You decide which one fits you the best. Option 1 is that you fall into the category who knows how to use their long weekends and knows how to take their weekends off and enjoys themselves to the fullest. Option 2, yes, you had the long weekend off, or maybe you have working Saturdays and yet you decided to take the Saturday off. Maybe you even went away somewhere for the weekend, but you spent some time responding to emails because, it's set on your phone, right? So your phone is pinging, and you did take a couple of work calls. That's the little bit that you're guilty of. Or then, option 3, you're the kinds who had the long weekend off because your office doesn't work on Saturday, Sunday anyway, and Friday was Ganesh Chaturthi. However, you worked all 3 days. Yes, you worked even on Sunday. You responded to emails, you worked on a presentation, you took a whole bunch of work calls. And yes, sure, you can tell me that, well, I have my own business, so I have to work. You can say that. But here's the thing. Working on weekends, working beyond stipulated office hours, it exists and it's become a norm because so many of us have glorified it. What will happen if you are unavailable on Saturday and Sunday? Sure, many of you all will tell me, look, we'll lose our job. It's not a possibility. My response to that would be then make sure that you're sitting in the option 2 box, which is where you go ahead and do all the things that you need to relax and rejuvenate yourself. However, you take out maybe half an hour or an hour on a Friday or a Saturday to just check emails and respond to something that may be extremely urgent and does not take more than 2 minutes on call. But that's not our norm. Let me tell you what so many of us do. So many of us work on the weekends, not because the office is asking us to work, but because we don't know what else to do with ourselves, because we don't have a life beyond work, and because we haven't practiced, and because we haven't built the habit of finishing our work between Monday and Friday. Yes, we leave everything to last minute, so then you have to carry your laptop home on Saturday and Sunday and work through it. Yes, some of us have those annoying bosses and annoying team leaders who wish to work on the weekends and hence make their team work on the weekends. But then, ever wondered why they work on the weekends? Because they don't have a life and they don't know how to have a life. That's the problem. If you have that kind of a boss or a team head, make sure you share this podcast episode with them. And yeah, sure, go ahead and share it anonymously. That's absolutely fine. Here's the thing, guys. Your job is supposed to do certain key things in your life. 1, it's supposed to help you pay your bills. 2, it's supposed to give you a sense of productivity and also over and above it, give you a sense of purpose because some of us are ambitious. Some of us want to achieve a lot of things and that's absolutely fine. But your job, your career, your business is also supposed to afford you a certain lifestyle. And no, I don't just mean what money can buy, but also It has to be able to give you the time to do whatever you want to do. Now, here's my question to you. So you work Monday to Sunday, and whatever job or business you have chosen, it requires you to work from 9 a.m. in the morning or even 11 a.m. in the morning to 12 in the night. What are you going to do with all the money you're making? What? Spend it on hospital bills when your body collapses? I mean, that's the oldest, most cliched saying in the book, right? You spend your youth earning money, working hard, chasing a career, chasing success, and then you spend that money in your old age on your hospital bills because you screwed up your body, your mind, and your heart. So today, sure, you have a job and you have a visiting card that has this loaded designation typed on it. Great. You have a bank balance that possibly looks awesome, maybe, but you have zero relationships, you have no friends, and you have no time to spend the money that you have been earning. So what exactly are you going to do with that bank balance? And for those of you, the younger lot who's listening to this, don't make the same mistakes you see your bosses and team leads making. Don't follow those footsteps. Those are the wrong shoes to put your feet in. Learn to set boundaries. Figure out ways where you can diplomatically communicate that you will not be available on certain weekends, or rather on every weekend if it's a non-working weekend by rule in your office. Learn to switch off when the clock strikes 7, which is the end of a working day, which also means you need to quit procrastinating. You need to learn time management. You need to start using your time in the office more efficiently so that you aren't stuck with a last-minute workload. Whenever I say something like this to a client, the first thing they do is they blame everybody else in their workspace. It is my boss's fault. The colleagues don't respond on time, but I have dependencies on other people, but I don't get the information I need from somewhere else. But I'm not good with PPT, but I'm not good with this, or I'm not good with that. Well, how about first, you do a time audit and understand how much of your time you are wasting. And secondly, stop glorifying working beyond office hours. Stop glorifying working on weekends. If you work on a weekend, be ashamed of yourself. Don't be proud and know it is not something cool. Because you're a fool. Literally, yes. Because instead of using that time to build your relationships, instead of using that time to chase the dreams that you have outside of work, you spent it in front of a screen. You did not do anything great. And no wonder then you're going to enter your 30s or your 40s and then feel lonely, and then get depressed, and then have anxiety, and then need a therapist or a life coach. Well, I'll tell you this. Get a life coach now in your 20s so that you don't need a therapist in your 30s or your 40s. And yes, life coaches can be strict and very straight-faced. If you want mollycoddling, then wait till you are in your 30s and not feeling too good and then get a therapist. I hope there's no therapist listening to this. Guys, I mean it in jest. Well, I hope that this episode really pinches you on this Monday, because the biggest disservice that you're doing to yourself, the biggest way in which you let yourself down week after week, and where you make words like self-love and self-care just Instagram jargon, you turn it into empty hashtags, is when you don't use your weekends the right way. Even if you have just a Sunday off. If you don't use it the right way, if you don't switch off from work, then you are letting yourself down. No matter what is happening in your organization, learn to switch off. And no, working on a weekend, working till 10 p.m. every night, working 16 hours, 18 hours a day, working 7 days a week, you aren't doing anything great. You are missing out on life, and you have very clearly misinterpreted the role of a job or a career or a business in your life. If you think there are other layers of drama that you need to be working through, make sure you go back to the IVM Podcast website and app and look for Say No to Drama. I have spoken about #hustle, follow your passion, about being good friends, about a couple of things that we face when we are dating or are in relationships. So make sure that you go back and listen to those episodes. Also, one very big request. If you like these episodes and if you think somebody needs to hear these truths, please share the link with them. You can connect with us on Instagram and Twitter. Our handle is IVM Podcast, and you can connect with me on Instagram. My handle is Positivity Angel.
Hey everybody, it's been a great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Filter Coffee Podcast, Karthik speaks to Vishnuvardhan, director of Shersha, about his experience while creating a real-life version of Captain Vikram Batra. I'd like to make a quick announcement. After 2 successful seasons, the Empowering Podcast is returning with a makeover, presenting the Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawala. Tune in every Monday to be a better version of yourself. This time it's about a battle in the sky on the last brand standing, Jet Airways versus Indigo. Anupam and Ambi tell us what led to the downfall of Jet Airways and the rise of Indigo. On Khel Niti, Rajiv Mishra, Sabha Karim and Rajkumar Sharma celebrate India's second historical win at the Oval in their test match against England. With our hosts Tony, Chuck, Naren and Shriketh on Simplified, find out what the Indian government's latest direct cash transfer program is all about. And on Echoes of India, Anirudh explores the Indian campaigns of Alexander the Great and the rise and falls of the First Gangetic Empire. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of the shows on the IVM network for that matter, please do tell a friend. We really appreciate that. And finally, I'd like to thank the sponsors on the network this week, Fiat Cred, Bank of Baroda, Quarter, and CoinSwitch Kuber. We really do appreciate the support. Hi everybody, just wanted to ask everyone for a quick favor. We're running a brand survey right now and would really appreciate it if you could let us know what you think about the advertising on IVM. Go to ivmpodcast.com/survey and do let us know. As part of this, we'll be selecting 10 random participants and sending them some IVM swag, so do fill out those surveys.